let's make a double batch of sourdough. This has been my new thing. I like to make a double batch so then I can bake one tomorrow and then keep one in the fridge for later in the week for when we want a fresh batch of sourdough, but I don't want to do the whole thing from scratch again. I like to start with warm water, like just warm to the touch, and I'm doing 600 grams of it. I have my very active sourdough here. This is where it started. It's definitely doubled, so we're going to use it. I need 200 grams. Mix that all together, and now add 1,000 grams of bread flour and 30 grams of salt. Mix the salt in with the flour a tiny bit. And now we're going to mix everything together until it's into a nice little ball. It might be a tiny bit shaggy. If you get sick of using the whisk, just use your hands. Here's what mine's looking like so far. It's shaggy, but there are no dry spots. Cover with a tea towel and let it rest for 30 minutes in a warm spot. Now with a damp hand, you're going to want to stick your hand in one side, wiggle it up, fold it over, rotate a quarter of the way. Do the same thing. It's kind of like an envelope, I would think of it. And then I like to give it a flip so the seam is down. Cover and let sit for 30 minutes again. Now again with damp hands, we're going to do coil folds. For coil folds, you tuck your hands underneath the dough on each side. You lift up, and then you just want it to fold over on itself. And do that 4 times. Again, rotating a quarter turn in between each one. And the more that you do, the less it should lengthen out. Again, this sits for 30 minutes in a warm spot. And then we're going to do another round of coil folds. And we're going to do that 5 times. So we'll be back once I'm done with all of them. Now this part is pretty easy. I just like to scoop it out. I take my hand, go around the perimeter, flip it upside down. And I just put it on an unfloured surface. I cut mine in half-ish. Then I stretch my dough out a little bit into a rectangle. Fold over one side, fold over the other side so it makes a nice little log. And then I stretch and roll into a little funny blanket roll. And then you form your hands into a C. So it rolls over onto itself, rotate it, and keep doing that until it gets a nice little ball shape. I have my 2 dough balls rolled out, and I have 2 bannetons pre-floured with rice flour. You can use all-purpose flour or bread flour as well. And I just scoop it in and flip it upside down. And now cover them with a tea towel or a bowl cover. And then I like to take plastic grocery bags and put 2 on each one just to help them from drying out. Here they are. This one I'm going to leave on my countertop so I can cook it tomorrow. And then this one's going in my fridge so I can make it sometime later this week. And if you want to see how I bake these, you can check out a previous video of me baking them, or I'm going to make another one in the next part of this video. Make sure you guys follow along for more sourdough and recipes, and that's it. Bye!